This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I am in the Ask the Buffalo chair. My name is John Rettinger, the show where you could ask me any question that you might have from the world of technology, sometimes a little bit outside the world of technology. This week, we're going to talk about my favorite smartphone, the LG G3. We're going to talk a lot about E3 and a ton of stuff in between. This is Ask the Buffalo. Let's start asking the Buffalo. So let's jump right in. There's been a ton of smartphones released, and that is what the first question has to do. It comes from user @Balser who asks, @TechnoBuffalo, what is your favorite smartphone of 2014, and what device are you most excited for this year? So it's kind of two questions. So my favorite phone so far that we've done a formal review on is definitely the HTC One M8. I love the way the phone felt, I love the way the phone worked, I like the cameras, I really liked everything about that device. I wish it had some other things, I wish we had a removable battery and a few other options, but really I think it's the best package phones I've reviewed quite yet. And there's a big caveat, because there are a couple phones that are out that I have not done the formal review on. I'm looking at you, LG G3, and the phone I'm most looking forward to this year, if there is a Nexus 6, certainly that one would be high on the list. And a 5.5-inch iPhone 6 would probably top my list. I like iOS, but I like bigger screens, so I've been sort of more Android leaning. I love to sort of try Apple's OS on a larger screen size and see if they could potentially woo me back, or at least be able to compare, well, for lack of a better term, apples to apples when it comes to screen size. Hopefully that helped answer your question. So if the Nexus line of phones does go away, which I hope it doesn't, it'll probably be replaced with Google Play Edition phones, and that is what the next question has to do. User @Noyello asks, @John4Lakers, any rumors of an LG G3 GPE, which just stands for Google Play Edition? No rumors, unfortunately, and I would not cross your fingers that is going to happen. We didn't see one for the G2, although, and this is sort of a big maybe, might make you happy, the rumor, if we do see a Nexus 6, if it is the final one, Nexus line, who knows, but suppose it will be based on the LG G3, but probably without those buttons on the back. So it might lose some of its sort of sleek looks, but it should have the awesome specs, including that stupid awesome Quad HD screen. So there might be some sort of savior in there. But if you want a GPE edition phone, you might want to look at putting a third-party ROM on there, something about Cyanogen, or being able to get sort of stock Android on that device. Hopefully that helped answer your question. So there are a ton of mobile OSs out there. You've got iOS, you've got Android, Windows Phone, BB10, and sort of some smaller ones in between. But which one is the best? Which one's my favorite? That's what the next question has to do with. User my name is Lewis asks, @John4Lakers. At this point, what's the best OS out there? #AskTheBee. The best is such a relative term, but here's the honest answer that you guys probably don't want to hear. They're all good, and they all do pretty much exactly the same thing. They might look different, might wrap in different packages, but they all do pretty much exactly the same thing. I know the iOS fans and the Android fans are gonna get all mad at me. iOS doesn't have widgets, and Android is buggy. The reality is they do pretty much exactly the same thing, just a little bit differently. One's more open, one's more closed. You have maybe more customization options. At the end of the day, they check your email, browse the web, they play apps, and they give you information. Those are sort of the key things that a smartphone has to do, and both the OSs do that sort of really well. If I had to pick one, definitely would probably be one of those two. I think Windows Phone is really up and coming. I think 8.1, when it gets official, should definitely be mentioned in that conversation. Of course, the new update to BB10 offers a lot of new features. You can get Android apps running on that. It's a pretty elegant OS. I'm hoping they get some new hardware to run it on. But certainly all OSs at this point do exactly the same thing. I hate to give you the honest truth, but that's the truth. And sometimes truth hurts. Before I get to the next question, let me just tell you a little story. It's about my face and its hairiness. My wife, my mom, my sisters, pretty much every lady in my life is always yelling at me that my face looks gross because I hate to shave. Well, the folks at Dollar Shave Club are trying to make that much, much easier. So the reality is buying razors kind of sucks. You got to go to the store, get the key little plastic thing, you shell out just a stupid amount of money. The razors end up being like laser pointers and calculators all rolled into one and just totally unnecessary. But fortunately, there's a company that is doing away with all of that, and you probably guessed their name. It is Dollar Shave Club. They're trying to make life easy for you. They make it super, super simple. So So for just a few bucks a month, the folks at Dollar Shave Club are going to ship amazing, super high quality razors right to your doorstep. You don't even have to freaking leave. And their blades are just as good as the other big shave companies at just a fraction of the price. They've got other shaving stuff too to make sure your face looks nice and soft. They got dark carvers, easy shave butter to make your shave even more, well, buttery smooth. Check them out. If you hate going to the store to shop and you hate shaving, they make it so easy. Go to dollarshaveclub.com/technobuffalo. Again, that's dollarshaveclub.com/technobuffalo. Now back to the question. E3 just wrapped up last week and there was a ton of new stuff that came out. At user Juanito011 asks, at John4Lakers, thoughts on this year's E3? Well, we covered E3 exhaustingly. Last year is all about the new consoles. This year, though, we get to see games that were made just for those consoles. The launch games were probably made for last generation hardware that sort of ported over to work with Xbox One or PS4. I love seeing what these new consoles are going to be able to do. If you look at what games looked like when they came out for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 versus what games look like, maybe last year for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, they looked so different. So I'm excited to see games get better and better as devs can take advantage of the hardware in the new consoles. But it looks like we're already starting to sort of dip their toe in that power. Assassin's Creed looks awesome. Being able to play multiplayer looks ridiculously cool. I can't wait to start parkour my way around the revolutionary time France. You got sort of the stalwarts there. You had Battlefield and Call of Duty, all of which look awesome. Incredible graphics. They sort of bring some new things to the table, but it's mostly that same sort of Call of Duty and Modern Warfare people know and love. New Halo game certainly sounds pretty awesome. I'm excited about the Master Chief Collection. But I spent most of my time when I was at E3 actually at Nintendo's booth. We had some pretty heated competitions going on with Super Smash Brothers. I never really played Super Smash Brothers before, but it looks really awesome on the Wii U. We're already playing Mario Kart like crazy here in the office, and I found myself just excited for sort of Hyrule Warriors, sort of excited about a new Zelda game coming out. So sort of oddly enough, Nintendo kind of wooed me back. They didn't have maybe the splashy announcements and the splashy keynotes that maybe Sony and Microsoft did, but I think Nintendo's got some punch left, and certainly the Mario Kart is the Mario Kart. Certainly Mario Kart is selling a ton of Wii U's, and I know people are gonna make fun of me. I'm also excited for the new Lego Batman game. Every year at E3, I go to either Sony or Microsoft when they have their Lego games set up, either of those booths, and I always go and play Lego games, and people are sort of everywhere, but nobody's ever at those kiosks, and I sit there and I like to play my Lego games. Don't judge me. I love them, they're fun, you should try them. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts generally on E3 as sort of a casual gamer. There's a lot to be excited about though in the world of gaming. What did you guys see that you liked the most? I want to hear your thoughts. Leave them down here. I'll give it a read. We can have a nice discussion on it. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I hope you enjoyed. I always love making these videos. If you want to ask a question, have it featured on an upcoming episode every Tuesday on technobuffalo.com. We put up a call for questions where you can leave your question in the comments. Otherwise, send it to me at Twitter at John4Lakers or TechnoBuffalo. Just use hashtag AskTheBee and we'll pick 3 to 5 questions each week to answer. Until then, I'm John Rettinger. Talk to you guys next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. You'll be the first one to know whenever we upload new content. We've got new stuff coming every single day. We want to make sure you see what's new in the world of consumer electronics.